Hello, this is Jordan bringing you this week's patient update. Things are really starting to slow down in the clinic for winter, and we are currently sitting at 5 patients. 2 red-tailed patients are in our large flight barn progressing steadily through flight conditioning. 1 great horned owl and a new falcon patient are progressing through early to mid-stage fracture care, and our Merlin patient is advancing through recovery of a coracoid fracture. Our last Merlin patient was released last week. Let's go a little bit more in depth on a couple of these patients. Merlin 25-181 came to us from Green River, Wyoming, presenting with missing and broken tail and wing feathers and a right coracoid fracture. Just as a refresher, or in case you're new to this channel, the coracoid is a bone in a bird's shoulder girdle area crucial for flight. It is not in a region of the body that is easily supported by a wrap or splint, but the other bones in a shoulder girdle, the clavicle and scapula, are able to support the bone as it heals. Our main treatment course for this type of injury is offering rest and supportive care, which this patient is responding well to. Recently, this patient moved from restricted flight in a small patient care unit to a medium-sized unit, allowing for a steady increase in exercise after all of that rest. Prairie Falcon 25-185 from Rock Springs, Wyoming, came to us with a fracture in the left major metacarpus. Similar to the shoulder girdle bones supporting each other, if only one metacarpal bone is broken, there's a good chance that the other intact bone will support and help stabilize the fracture. While this bird's left minor metacarpus is still intact, the fracture still needed to be reduced or placed back into an anatomically correct position, and splinted to prevent movement back out of alignment with itself. Here's what the fracture looked like when the bird came in. Here's what it looked like when the bird was placed under general anesthesia and the fracture was reduced. And here's the fracture 1 week later as it's starting to heal. Finally, Merlin 25-162 was released last week. This patient underwent a rather long recovery with us due to a paresis of the pelvic limbs, secondary to most likely colliding with a window and sustaining spinal trauma. This patient spent a couple of months regaining movement and strength back in his legs, but he eventually passed flight conditioning and live prey testing and was released back in Driggs, Idaho. Here you can see this bird hopping out of the kennel with a mouse. We tend to feed birds on the day of release, especially if they're released later in the day. While this patient did not eat his diet in the kennel on the way to the release site as they usually do, we're glad he took his lunch to go. That's all for this week's patient update. Thanks for joining us. Remember, if you want to do your part in keeping wild birds wild, you can click the link below to donate or visit our website directly. Thank you!